Hi dear students, welcome to Geeta's classes. Today we are going to derive the relation between beta and gamma functions. So in the previous class we have defined the beta and gamma functions. Now let us see the relation between them. What is the relation between them? First let us see that I'll write the relation between them, that is beta of m comma n is equal to gamma of n. Very simple, gamma of n, m into gamma of n divided by gamma of m plus n. This is the relation between them. This is beta function, this is gamma function. So beta of m comma n can be written as gamma of m into gamma of n divided by gamma of the sum m plus n. Okay, so let us prove this, and before that I want to tell you that this proof is very important. Okay, and very easy also, but definitely this derivation can be asked in the university exam. They have asked. This is a repeated university question. Okay, so very important question and very easy also. So first let us define that what is the by definition of gamma function. Gamma of m can be written as integral 0 to infinity e power minus t. This you have to by heart. Okay, so t power whatever letter is there, that you have to write m minus 1 into dt. So t is the dummy variable, so you can write either dt or x or y, anything. E power minus x into x power m minus 1 dx you can write. E power minus y into y power m minus, whatever variable you are writing here, that you have to follow. Okay, so that is important. So now for our convenience, put x is equal to, t is equal to x squared. I am going to change this variable t to x squared. Okay, just for our derivation, right? So dt is equal to, whenever you make the substitution, three more things you have to do. One is dt, then lower limit and upper limit. When t is equal to 0, x is also 0. When t is equal to infinity, x is also infinity, right? Therefore, this gamma of m is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus t. What is t? X squared. So, e power minus x squared into t power. T is what? X squared. X squared the whole power m minus 1 into what is dt? 2x. 2 I am going to write it outside. X into dx. Okay. So, this is equal to integral 2 into integral 0 to infinity e power minus x squared x power, how much you have? 2 into m minus 1. So 2m minus 2. One more power, x power 1 you have here. So plus 1. Okay. So 2m minus 1. So x power 2m minus 1 into dx. Right. What is this? Gamma of m. Right. So if you have m here, I am writing m here. And x is a dummy variable. You can write any variable in that place. Similarly, gamma of n can be written as integral 0 to infinity e power minus 2 into e power minus y squared into y power 2n minus 1. Whatever, if you have m here, you have to write m here. 2n minus 1 into dy. Okay. So now let us multiply both the sides. That is gamma of m into gamma of n is equal to 2. One more 2 I have there. So 4 into integral 0 to infinity e power minus x squared x power 2m minus 1 dx into integral 0 to infinity e power minus y squared into y power 2n minus 1 dy. So I am going to write it combinedly. You can write, so 0 to infinity e power minus of x squared plus y squared into x power 2m minus 1 y power 2n minus 1 into dx dy. That is what is this? Gamma of m comma n. Okay. So this is, now we are going to change. Now this evaluation of this, sorry, here double integral. One more integral will be there. Integral 0 to infinity, integral 0 to infinity. Four into integral 0 to, because two integrals are there. Okay. So now this evaluation of this integral is very difficult. So what we are going to do is, we are going to change from, this is Cartesian coordinate system. We are going to change this to polar coordinates. Okay. And in one of my M1 classes, M1 or M2 classes, I think M2 classes, I have explained change of variables. Okay, one class will be there. If you see that, you will understand this change of variables in double integrals. Okay, there I have explained how to change from Cartesian to polar coordinates. Okay, so you will understand clearly. So what do you have now? Gamma of m into gamma of n is equal to 4 into integral 0 to infinity, integral 0 to infinity, e power minus of x squared plus y squared into x power 2m minus 1 y power 2n minus 1 into dx dy. Let us take this as equation number 1. Okay. Now changing to polar coordinates. I'll tell you how to change quickly. So whenever you are changing from Cartesian to polar, these are the substitutions you have to by heart. Already you would have studied x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta. Okay. And dx dy will become Jacobian into dr d theta. Here Jacobian is r, therefore r into dr d theta. So these things you have to by heart. X is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta. Therefore x squared plus y squared will become r squared. R squared into cos squared theta plus sin squared theta, therefore it is r squared. These things you remember. Now what is the area here? From equation number 1, you know that x varies from 0 to infinity and y varies from 0 to infinity. These are the limits, right? This is first integral is for first variable, second integral is for second variable. So x varies from 0 to infinity, y varies from 0 to infinity. So this is the region. X axis, this is y axis, this is the origin. This is the line x is equal to 0, this is the line y is equal to 0. So x varies from 0 to infinity means it will go in this side. Y varies from this 0 to infinity. Now, therefore it is the entire first quadrant. This is our region. Region of integration is the entire first quadrant. Okay. Now changing to polar coordinates. In polar coordinates, this line is denoted by theta is equal to 0, which is called initial line. Okay. And this line is theta is equal to pi by 2. Y axis is equivalent to theta is equal to pi by 2. Now we consider the strip. So in this strip, how much length? So from this you can decide r. R varies from what is the length of this strip? It can vary from 0 to infinity. There is no limit here, right? So it will go like this, okay? So this strip, if you consider, it varies from, so the length is defined, it is varying from 0 to infinity. And what about theta? You have to rotate this. Everything I have explained in that, okay? Clearly in change of variables, right? So you can go through that. And the same problem without this x power 2m minus, without this e power minus of x squared plus y squared into dx dy I have explained, okay? So here now you have to coincide this strip with x axis. X axis means here it is initial line. What is the initial line? Theta is equal to 0. So theta is equal to 0 and you have to rotate this from the initial line in the anti-clockwise direction up to the line theta is equal to pi by 2 in the region, to cover the region, okay? Therefore theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. These are the limits now, right? And now corresponding things you have to substitute. So gamma of left hand side is gamma of m into gamma of n is equal to what is given 4 into 0 to infinity e power minus of x squared plus y squared. I am rewriting that 2m minus 1 y power 2n minus 1 into dx dy. Now if you substitute, what will you get? 4 into integral 0 to infinity, r varies from 0 to infinity, theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. E power minus of x squared plus y squared is what? R squared. X power, now x is equal to r cos theta, right? X is equal to r cos theta. Therefore, x power 2m minus 1 is equal to r power 2m minus 1 into cos power 2m minus 1 theta. Y is equal to r sin theta. We know, therefore, y power 2n minus 1 is equal to r power 2n minus 1 into sin power 2n minus 1 theta. What about dx dy? Is equal to r into dr d theta, right? Therefore, now x power 2m minus 1. Here you will get how much r you will get. Find out that. So here you will have 2m minus 1 plus 2n minus 1. One more r here. Okay, so plus 1. So 1 will get cancelled. This I can write it as 2m plus 2n. So 2 into m plus n minus 1. So r power 2 into m plus n minus 1, right? Into x power 2m. From every term I have taken r outside, right? So what is remaining here? Cos power 2m minus 1 theta into sin power 2n minus 1 in theta into d theta dr. So this is the limit. These are the limits for theta. So first integral is with respect to theta, then dr. Okay. Therefore, gamma of m into gamma of n is equal to, I am separating that 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power 2m minus 1 theta into sin power 2n minus 1 theta into d theta into again 2 into integral 0 to infinity, r varies from 0 to infinity, e power minus r squared into r power 2 into m plus n minus 1 into dr. Okay, let this be equation number 2. You need not write this equation number 2 directly, you can write. What about this term? What about the first term, first bracket term? Already we have seen beta function in terms of trigonometric. You can express beta of m comma n in terms of trigonometric functions. Okay, in that class, in the previous class, I have explained that this is equivalent to beta of m comma n. What about this term now? In the just now we have seen, in the beginning we have seen that 2 into integral 0 to infinity e power, after substituting t is equal to x squared. Okay, gamma of m is equal to 2 into integral e power minus x squared into x power 2m minus 1 dx is gamma of m, right? So here 2 into, we have integral 0 to infinity e power minus r squared, we have r power here 2m minus 1 if you have, we can write it as gamma of m. Here 2 into m plus n minus 1. So how can you write this? Gamma of m plus n. If you have 2m minus 1, you can write it as gamma of m. Now we have 2 power m plus n, 2 into m plus n minus 1. Okay. In the place of x, we have r here. So gamma of m plus n. Therefore, gamma of m into gamma of n in the left hand side is equal to beta of m comma n into gamma of m plus n. Therefore, beta of m comma n is equal to gamma of m into gamma of n divided by gamma of m plus n. This is what we have to prove, right? And this is a very, very useful formula in evaluating definite integrals in terms of gamma functions. Okay, and we are going to do many problems using this formula only. And thank you so much for listening.